What it do? What it do?
Stop the Violence 09. Wayne's there, Rick Ross is there, all the dudes, people are criticizing. I say, yo, I'm doing this thing right over here. They were the first people, when a real black man step up and say, yo, here's what we doing over here for the kids. First one there, Rick Ross. Yo, here's what we gotta do for the babies. Next one, here comes Wayne. Well, you can see it online. I think somebody put it online. Here comes Wayne. He's talking about how he got shot, and it was the worst thing in the world. Maybe he shot himself when he was a teenager. So it was like, yo, this was crazy. I mean, we gotta put down the guns. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. But here's the point, and I'm not being racist. If a white man is telling you, only telling you, look at your people. Look at your people. They ignorant. They stupid. All they want to do is drink and smoke and talk shit. Look at your people. Look at your... It's the white man telling you this. And he's
See if we can make a little 10-minute beat. Find a little melody with. I'm using electric piano in the hip hop category. See if there's a little piano melody I can grab real quick. That sounds kind of simple. Sounds like some Saturday morning cartoons coming on. Next, Sonic the Hedgehog. Doo 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 doo. I figured out right now with 10-minute beats, whatever sounds good to you the first time, just keep going with that. So we got this right here. Now what can I hear on that? I need some kind of bells. Yeah, I seen it. No, I seen it. I got the post you sent me, but yeah, without the link, I don't know how to. I can't access it without the link. I guess what you got to do, bro, is that page, the actual Fund Me page that you showed me. The the fucking hyperlink for that shit. Send me the link. You got to go up into the top link. Like when you get to the page and you get to the donation site, go to that top link and copy that shit and send that and paste that on social media. And that link should allow everybody else to get to that page. Or send me your cash out. Gotcha. Man, I'm gonna pull it up, bro. He said, I need a beer. I mean, you ain't heard nothing from the bank yet, bro? Seems like they're taking a long ass time. Oh, you know if this is gonna sound right? I just wanna let me see something real quick. trying to figure out what I want to put in this shit next. I might just leave it right there for a minute. Sis, what's good? My man said I get to show off some of my art, yeah. Yo, how you doing this afternoon? Almost evening time. This is the piece that I'm currently working on. It's far from being done, so I want to show you some finished pieces. Let me try to pull this up. But I work from photographs. I took this picture on April Fool's Day. And so it's a bit of a process. So I photographed this in April. I'm still working on it now. But just to see the difference in the reference photo and the actual painting. So there's a lot of layers that are still going to be applied. I've been working on this for a couple weeks now, and we're starting to get some of the details in there. Really been trying to focus on the buildings in the background, because there's like a million little bricks. But the last painting I just finished is here. Oh. And so this is a mixture of acrylic paint. The background is acrylic. The pink is actually spray paint. So it's acrylic and spray paint and oil paint. So this is kind of a mixed medium piece, because it's not just one thing. So I'm really pleased how this one turned out. I got a lot of details in there. And I've been working on this series for a while, and it's just a really cool series. Oh, thank you, Brittany. My man Shaman got a painting from me. I really had a lot of fun on this piece. And so this is how you can see the difference in a finished piece and a not so finished piece. There's no detail. This is just like the start of it. And so by the end of the process, it'll have as much detail as this does. You probably should do that. the dank ones I have in here. Oh, the feet is actually a good one. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, if you guys want me to do something for you, I'm right here. You know, y'all think about it. But if I do a project for you guys, I put my all into every piece. It'll definitely be something that the family can keep and pass down. Okay. Yo, thank y'all for checking out the little mini exhibit real quick. Yeah, whenever y'all ready, just let me know. Hey, you know I don't mind showing off the artwork, that's all I like to do anyway. That's my favorite thing to do. I wish I had more stuff. It's just weird, like right now, I paint myself a lot, and unfortunately, like right now, like everything in here is almost of me. Like all this shit on the walls are of me, except that one, and that's me, and these two aren't done. I don't know. Just I wish I had more of a diverse selection in the studio right now. You know what? I may need to I may need to freshen up the studio and rearrange some stuff and pull some different stuff in here. I just been trying to hang my newer stuff in here, but I probably will take that one down and hang that one up. Or I don't know, that one might not fit right there. I need to get that one off the floor for a little while and hang it up. Wait a minute, I don't even think it has a wire on it. Nope. It don't even have a wire to hang. I need to, is it even varnished? Nope. No. That's probably why it's still sitting on the floor. I need to varnish it and wire it. Very welcome, very welcome. This is why I do it. I invite people into the studio. You know, come hang in the studio, check out some art. You know what I'm saying? Meditate, listen to music. It's just like we try to make it a chill vibe. Your brother know, man. Yo, your brother's been supporting me from the beginning. Damn near 10 years. Damn near 10 years we've been sitting in here making art, having cool conversations. You know, I appreciate y'all stopping in, and once again, my condolences and sorry for the loss, you know. We all getting ready for the 4th? Come on, Donald, stop. You know we celebrate Juneteenth. Come on, man, stop playing. I gotta give you the extra hard side eye. I mean, some may do it. Me personally, man, look, I don't celebrate no holidays. Period. Point blank. Period. I don't celebrate holidays. Motherfuckers should be happy for whatever all year round. Father's Day, I'm a father all year. Mother's Day, you're a mom all year long. Christmas, you can buy me a gift any day of the year. Valentine's Day, you can buy me chocolate and flowers any day of the year. Halloween, candy. Once again, like, man, all that shit, y'all can do that shit any day of the year. I hate waiting till like a certain day of the year to follow some pagan religion, and then the other ones to commemorate things like President's Day. Screw that shit. Memorial's Day. Even though Memorial Day was created by black people, screw that shit. That's about people dying in war. I'm good, because I don't like wars. I don't like war. 4th of July celebrates the independence of this country, 1776. But unfortunately, in 1776, there were still enslaved people in this country who didn't receive their freedom until almost 100 years later. 100 years later. And I ain't saying that America's still such a terrible place. It's probably one of the better places to live, honestly, in modern times. But I ain't gonna be celebrating the independence of this country, breaking free from the monarchy of Great Britain. That was a bunch of white-on-white violence. And I don't condone that shit. I think a nice summertime barbecue, seeing some paintings would be cool. Hell yeah! But we can have summertime barbecues all the time. I don't gotta wait till the 4th of July. Me and my homeboy cooked out on the grill last Saturday. I can do it this Saturday. I don't gotta wait till Tuesday. I don't gotta wait till Tuesday, and I don't have to wear red, white, and blue while I grill either. I can do it anytime. We can always get together and fellowship and drink beer and have a decent ass steak off the grill. I don't need to wait the 4th of July for that shit. We can sit here and see cool paintings every day of the week. It's something about, I don't know. I don't most holidays are weird to me, and I don't celebrate none of them. Honestly. I like understanding the history. Even like Juneteenth. I mean, have I really ever been big on celebrating that shit? No. I understand the history, and I appreciate the history. And it's a reason to spend money. They monetize everything so much. It's all monetized. On Christmas, you gotta buy cards and presents and gift wrapping paper and bows and ribbons and trees and lights. And Halloween, you gotta buy costumes and candies and juices and drinks and have party. And that shit's so monetized for everything. So monetized. It's all about, okay, on this day, how can we get all these motherfuckers to consume? Just consume more shit that you don't fucking need, that you can do any day of the year. Consume, motherfuckers. 4th of July, you better go spend $1,000 on fireworks. Why? Go get you a brand new 4th of July outfit. For what? They gotta be red, white, and blue. Yeah, holiday dinners. Man, look. I had me some turkey and rice and asparagus last night for dinner. That's what I had for dinner last night. All I had to do was cook some damn baked potato and some corn on the cob and some biscuits. It would have been damn near Thanksgiving dinner. And you can eat that shit all the time. Motherfuckers wait to Christmas to roast a ham or bake a ham. Or wait to Thanksgiving to bake a turkey. Bitch, you can do that any day of the year. Thanksgiving the only day, but they gotta monetize it. So we gotta sell all these turkeys. Everybody, you gotta have a turkey. You gotta have a turkey. It's Thanksgiving. You got to have a turkey. You got to. Go spend your money right now and buy a turkey. Motherfuckers, that shit just brainwash people to, I don't know, to do weird ass shit that they don't normally. You can just do any day. Only thing I like about holidays, I don't gotta work. That's the best thing about it. I got the 4th of July off. What I'm gonna do on the 4th of July, I'm gonna do, it will be almost an identical replication of what I'm doing right now. Sitting my ass in the studio, probably drinking a beer, probably meditating, and probably painting. And shit ain't gonna be no different. Do the same shit. What I did on my birthday. I was in this motherfucking studio having a drink, and having a paint, and having a think. A drink, a paint, and a think. A meditation. You know what I'm saying? My days is all the same, man. Motherfuckers be hyping themselves up for particular days out the year. Ooh, I can't wait till the 4th. I can't wait till Memorial Day weekend. Oh, I can't wait till Thanksgiving. For what? Man, look, man, y'all gonna do the same shit y'all did last time. Well, that's the time that we get to see family. Bitch, you gotta wait till one day out the year to see your family? You can't just call your sister up on a random Wednesday and be like, yo, let's go to the movies. Yo, y'all want to go bowling next weekend? You ain't got to wait till some extra special day on the calendar to go see your family. Or to invite your family over for a cookout? Y'all don't do that shit on the weekends? Nah. They say we gotta wait till the 4th. Wait till the 4th? And I'm not waiting till the 4th to cook out with my friends. I'm not waiting till Thanksgiving to have some fucking turkey. I'm not gonna wait till Christmas to give you a fucking gift. I'm that guy in your neighborhood. Fuck you, Shaman. I'm bored. Let's go shoot some fireworks. 7:30 on a Tuesday night for no random reason at all. I just like fireworks, motherfucker. Man, go sit your ass down. Where you get all them fireworks from? I had these shit since last year. We got stockpiles of fireworks. No, I've never used like a real traditional pipe. I want one. I definitely want to get one. They sell them everywhere, like the local tobacco markets and tobacco shops. Every time I go in, I look at them pipes, and they're only like $30. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get one of them shits one day, so I can just bite it and hold it in my mouth like that, and then still talk with the pipe in your mouth. I had a nice turkey sandwich for lunch. That's what I'm saying. Don't have to wait Thanksgiving to eat turkey. What the hell? Gotta make a mischief kit. All right, we are exactly an hour in. Let's I did get the palette cleaned off. Okay, did that. We're gonna work on the grass. Work on the grass. Basically some greens. Maybe some yellow ochre. Oh, there's that. There's a pathway in there. All right, so if I start here though, I just need some green, some brown, some green, some brown, some yellow. I left that little bit of white on there, or I tried to save this little bit of white. I might still use that. All right, green, brown, yellow. And let's see if we can paint some grass for a little minute. For a little hot minute, you know what I'm saying? Ain't trying to do too much on a big Thursday. You know what I'm saying? You know, Friday Eve. I ain't trying to hurt nothing. Trying to show out on a big Thursday. Yeah, and that's what I know. That's why people get the whatever kind of cherry wood. Motherfucker get some expensive ass kind of wood pipe, and they say that shit. Like, you make sure you get like a fine smoking tobacco, and then in combination with whatever your pipe is made out of, they say that shit is very euphoric. Now I don't know who these guys are right here, but I want to see what the so the title of this clip is "How Close Are We Really from Government Releasing Alien UFO Findings?" Yeah, I don't know who this is. This is Pat McAfee. It just popped up in my stream somehow. The Pat McAfee show. And it's popping up because I have been watching a lot of stuff on aliens and alien disclosure. I've always been that guy. I've always been like the ancient alien guy for a long time. And now a lot of people in the government. Last year, the Pentagon held a briefing on some findings and some videos that they have from different branches of the military that they themselves say are a mystery to them. And so yeah, it's like now really like how close are we really to full disclosure of what? And then at the same time, the dudes from the Pentagon, they said there probably won't ever be full disclosure because we can't tell the public everything because our our enemies will know everything we tell y'all. So we got to keep some shit secret because if we tell everything, then the enemies will know if we can't understand what these things are, if they are or aren't a part of our own creations, if we have capabilities, if they're not of our own making, do we have the capabilities to actually take these things down? Do we have countermeasures or defensive mechanisms that would protect us against these UAPs or whatever? And so I kind of understand that part, like, but at the same time, like, they also mentioned that every other country already experienced the same shit we do. Like, UFOs are not an American phenomenon. Motherfucking China, they say there's reports that China has recovered craft or have taken down craft or whatever and are doing their own reverse engineering programs, and maybe Russia has found one of these things, and maybe South Africa has found one of these things, or Germany, or Norway, or Brazil. So it's not just here. The UFO over the dome. Y'all remember that one? That was in Turkey.
It does stuff.
Yes,
Yeah. I believe, I don't know if I don't know if I don't know if he's in the House or if he's in the Senate, I don't know what his actual job is, I have no idea. He's a congressman who was able to ask questions to somebody that was supposed to have all the answers whenever it came to UFOs and aliens after the Pentagon had decided to release some stuff. We thought we were going to get some real information. We didn't get shit out of that whole thing. What we did learn about was this man out of Wisconsin's 8th
The new video this morning that some say may be proof for UFO in the form of a bright light is seen descending over the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. The video is said to be taken over the weekend. Then suddenly the light shoots up into the sky. There you see it. Another video from a different angle appears to show the light doing the same thing. Those clips have gone viral now.
Oh, you can't really see it on the camera, but yeah, if you look up UFO over dome in Jerusalem, that shit is 12 years old now. And that was like one of the earliest that I seen. It was like from different angles. It wasn't no illusion. It wasn't no CGI. It wasn't no spoof or no hoax or nothing. That shit was like, yo, it was like 5 or 6 people got that shit from all different angles. And that shit just kind of like came out of nowhere and kind of hovered over the dome for a little minute. And then that shit just shot straight up in the fucking air, like straight up fast as fuck. It was like what the fuck was that? It wasn't no airplane, it wasn't no helicopter. It was an orb. It was just like this glowing ball.
Episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Netflix. And every single one of them is from different angles, okay? So let's watch a report on it, and then you guys can judge for yourself. We'll have a little discussion.
Was over one of the holiest sites in Islam, the Dome of the Rock on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. Built on top of a site sacred to Judaism. An American woman takes it all in her stride. Seen it all before.
We've seen them in Mississippi like this, but never
That shit. Yo, Hitler was not playing with their technology, bro. Hitler was not playing. He was trying to advance the fucking Reich as far as he was trying to make super soldiers. Trying to find the entryway to the fucking center of the earth. This motherfucker was trying to build a moon base. Goddamn, this motherfucker made the bell and like some other saucer shaped type crafts, trying to figure out anti-gravity. And that's why when we defeated the fucking Nazis, we took their best scientists. And they came over here and they became our rocket specialists, and they helped create NASA. Cause them motherfuckers was smart as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, but that UFO incident that over the rock, over the dome in Jerusalem, yo, everybody was talking about that shit because it was too many angles, and that was like I say 12 years ago, but nobody don't want to talk about that shit, and then that shit just kind of went away, and nobody never said, well, oh, we figured out what it was or nothing. Like, my guy, that shit was unidentified flying object.
I don't know the fucking guy. I don't know if he's in the House or if he's in the Senate. I don't know what his actual job is. I have no idea. He's a congressman who was able to ask questions to somebody that was supposed to have all the answers whenever it came to UFOs and aliens. After the Pentagon had decided to release some stuff, we thought we were going to get some real information. We didn't get shit out of that whole thing. What we did learn about was this man out of Wisconsin's 8th Congressional District.
Yeah.
Marine, Congressman Mike Allen.
What an honor to be here. My gosh. It's awesome.
Congressman, the shirt, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
That was, that was a part of the conversation. That was part of the conversation last time. Because,
What I wear.
yeah, I understand. I didn't know this about Congressman. But as soon as you walked in, big pop out of everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And that is what you choose to wear, and we'll dive into that, obviously.
We got extras in the back.
Very nice of you. Thank you.
God.
Very, very nice of you. All right, let's dive into this. You have been incredibly kind to us. You have reached out to me to keep my eyes peeled for potentially something that's coming when it comes to UFOs and aliens and everything like that. With what just took place allegedly in Vegas and everything else that seemingly be smoke everywhere with this, are we anywhere near a time where you think, from the information that you have as a congressman, which I still don't know what the fuck that is, but as a congressman, are we going to get any info, you think? Is this really going to be something in our life soon, you think?
Yeah, I actually do. So if you think about what we've done since I was last on the show, we had that hearing, which I think everyone agrees was completely unsatisfying. We didn't get any answers. I asked them basic questions about historical incidents they couldn't answer. So what do we do after that? We actually passed with Senator Rubio and Senator Gillibrand in the Senate. So I'm in the House, they're in the Senate. There's two aspects of Congress.
Boom. Okay. All right. There's
Boom.
electoral college, dude. This thing's crazy.
Right. You got the president, you got
The executive, I believe, branch. Yeah.
Schoolhouse Rock. It's crazy.
Got it. Yeah, figured it out. We're there.
So we passed the big aliens bill. And so this aliens bill did a few key things. One, it created a one-stop shop for all UAP reporting, something called AARO, the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. So if somebody has information they think is relevant, if somebody's working in the intelligence community, if someone is working for a defense contractor, and they have information related to UAPs, they can report it to AARO, which is critical. We also tasked AARO with doing a bunch of homework, so doing a historical report on every incident going back to 1945, because again, they couldn't answer basic questions about the Malmstrom incident. So AARO owes us a bunch of reports looking through the historical records. And then most important, and this is absolutely critical, we created kind of the mother of all whistleblower processes, where if you want to come forward, but you're afraid of being punished or afraid of breaking what's called a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, we have a process where you can talk to Congress or you can talk to AARO and say, hey, I saw this, I saw that, I was part of this program. And so that was a monumental piece of legislation. And what's happened since we passed that is all sorts of
How many?
are coming out of the woodwork.
How many people you think? Like, we're talking hundreds, tens?
For the whistleblowers that we've spoken to in Congress, I can't talk about who they are or the precise numbers, but we have had people come forward. Senator Rubio talked about a few people that he's talked to last night, I think, in a public forum that he had.
So the old rules were, whenever you'd see something, you'd have to report it chain of command, obviously, and then you sign an NDA, you'll never talk about this again. I think there's a lot of documentaries that kind of have people that say, I was told directly not to talk about this, and then they're on the documentaries, either their faces or things, or their voices are kind of diluted. Now you guys are saying you can break the NDA that you were told by one point, come to tell us because we need the information. Why is now the time we need the information more than ever before?
Because we keep getting more of these incidents that people are reporting. I think till technology gets more ubiquitous and democratized, people have more access to imagery and things like that. It's just impossible to deny. And for the first time ever, at least in my lifetime, as a result of, I think, that hearing and the destigmatization of this process, because the other problem was, even if you had legit, like, Top Gun pilots coming forward, they were getting ridiculed by all the people that they worked with.
Mav?
I mean, Mav, Iceman, Goose, Rooster.
Yeah,
People talking shit about Mav? I didn't know Mav was coming out saying stuff like that.
Doesn't age.
Mission Impossible come out.
So now with this whistleblower process, people are coming out of the woodwork. We've also had people separately that are going public and doing interviews based on claims that they're making. Dave Rush did an interview with the Debrief. Chris Mellon has written an op-ed recently, and they're claiming that there is a long-standing program to reverse engineer crash materials that people have discovered on the Earth that could have extraterrestrial origin. So all this discussion is happening out in the open like nothing I've seen. And I think it's a result of the hearing and the legislation. It's got a long way to go, but it's coming out there.
Yeah, whistleblower said that we have Kraft and Beam.
Oh, yeah.
And then Holly, Josh Hawley.
Senator.
I almost dropped the Todd in there. So he's from the different side over there, right? And Rubio has spoken about this. They've basically come out and said, what we've been hearing is very similar to what this whistleblower has heard. Is that from the hearings that you guys set up from this new Aliens Act where you have to sign an NDA? Yep. And is everybody kind of telling the same exact thing?
Again, I have to be very careful protecting the whistleblower process, but and going through a debrief process where they're saying they've been part of this or that program, and we can't reveal the precise nature of what's been said, but we've had a variety of pretty intense conversations.
How do you guys lay that out? You think once we get enough information, you guys just say, all right, flop them out. This is the alien. This is the UFO. How does that information kind of get rolling? Because the boys have some ideas.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's a lot of different ways we can go about it. Do we know if they play sports? And we would obviously like to get involved in that entire aspect. We'd like to compete if they would like to compete. And if they want to fight, we got some motherfuckers too, you know. If they want to do that, we can do it. But how do you feel like the rollout, the introduction to the world would go about actual aliens and UFOs if you were to have it?
So part of the homework we gave AARO is they have to do twice a year, they have to give us a classified briefing, and once a year they have to do an unclassified briefing. usually when we get these unclassified briefings in written or in spoken form, that they're unsatisfying. They don't really go into the details. So I think once we've compiled all this information, and there's other stuff we have to do, we're going to pass hopefully another piece of legislation that Rubio is doing in the Senate and I'll do in the House, which basically says if you are part of any reverse engineering, crashed, exotic materials recovery program, you are not allowed to access any government dollars, but we'll offer you amnesty to come forward and report to us. Because the claim that Dave Grush and others are making is that these programs exist and they're in violation of the law because Congress is unaware of them. So we have to smoke that out in order just to examine that claim. And I think if we have a better body of evidence, then we can come forward with it. I'm in favor of transparency on this. I think the American people,
That's gonna be a shock factor, though. That's gonna fuck up a lot of shit.
Well, it's not the worst case scenario, though. Think about it. I would actually, depending on what the intention of the aliens are, if indeed it is extraterrestrial. And last time I was here, we went through all the different hypotheses, right? To include the Terminator hypothesis.
So hold on, though.
Us from the future.
If maybe it is potentially time travelers or whatever, which would be crazy.
No.
That would be absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Probably the orange globe.
Yeah, the portal. Yeah.
Yeah, we all saw that. But if it was, which some people just try to write it off as, and I know AJ and all the boys have questions, I apologize here, but if they were to write it off as foreign threat or like a different country stuff, we're still fucked, right? Because they have stuff that can do stuff that we don't have, right?
Well, that's my point. That, in my opinion, could be the worst case scenario. If it's China or Russia and they have advanced technology
that we can't even sniff, right?
And we can't even understand the physics of it. I mean, some of the things are going Mach 5 and changing direction. I mean,
but if it was them, they would already use that, right?
In what scenario, though? We haven't fought, a force-on-force, great power conflict with either. I mean, we get basically involved in the proxy war in Ukraine right now, but we haven't gone. Last time the Chinese fought a war was 79 against the Vietnamese. Didn't end well for them. So
they sent a balloon over to say, this is what you guys got.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing that's happened, right? So in addition to people coming out of the woodwork, people going public to the media with their reports, we had 4 balloons shot down over North America, which I don't remember the last time that's ever happened. Now, one of these, the Chinese spy balloon, we've been briefed on, but the other 3, including one that went over Lambeau Field, Ty, all right? Yeah. That was when
you're a big Packer fan, I agree. Team looks new this year. I don't know if they're going to have any aliens on it, but one certainly left town. Went to play
Jordan Love might be an alien.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
Deep voice. Good player. Anyway, AJ, you have any questions for Congressman Gallagher?
Yeah, I do. You mentioned committees. I know you're on multiple committees. Aren't you on a committee has to do something with China? What is that doing? And what do you think? Other question would be, when people try to tell you this is a big distraction from something going on, what's your answer to that? What does that even mean? What are we just getting distracted from?
Well, let me take it in a
at all times. You're saying, not just right now, right?
Well, you can
right now,
aliens as a distraction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, there's stuff appearing on our training ranges, and we don't understand where it's coming from. So as someone who focuses on defense and defense competition with China, we have to figure that out. We have to be able to control our rangers. Otherwise, you're putting pilots.
That's why you're so passionate about it.
In jeopardy, right? That was my entry point into it. And also now I'm just curious about answering the question. I think there's actually a bigger issue too of people losing trust in government, trust in institutions. This should be an opportunity for the government to be transparent. If we have information that disconfirms the UAP the extraterrestrial hypothesis, or all these other ones, at least shows the government doing something competent and being forward-leaning by declassifying information to the public. So for those 2 reasons alone, I think it's worthy of investigation. And the third one that I'm probably most interested in is whether it's adversary technology, particularly China. So I chair the Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party in the House, and we're in charge of developing a comprehensive strategy for how we beat the CCP over the long term. In my opinion, the CCP is by far the biggest threat we face. In some ways, it's bigger and more complex than the threat we faced from the old Soviet Union and the old Cold War, and beating the Chinese as they attempt to do a variety of things to undermine our sovereignty, send fentanyl into America, killing 80,000 Americans a year, threaten war in the Pacific by threatening to take Taiwan. That, to me, is the biggest national security issue. That's what I'm in charge of in the House, and this is a small subset of that overall effort if it's adversary.
Got it. So that's how you tie into it, because if it is who you are supposed to be trying to keep up with, you were just trying to tell everybody, we're fucked. If they got this, I don't know if I got the plan. We're going to have to grab some other people, maybe some outer worldly thoughts, and kind of get it going. Do you think around Washington there is a like a lot of obstacles for you to get this answer? Isn't Washington just like, I don't know much about your world, okay? At all. On purpose. I try to stay out of it. Seems like everybody that gets in your world, miserable. Our friend Anthony Gonzalez.
Man,
Oh boy.
you guys
One of the
cut
best
him
guys of
down.
all time.
Cut him down at the knees.
He got into politics. We told him, "Pal, what are you doing? Don't go." And everybody that I know in real life that gets into politics, they just literally spend their time yelling at people. They have zero expectation of changing the way they think. They don't think they're going to be able to change the way other people think. They're just always pissed off. I try to stay out of it, like just for the good of me. At some point in my life, I'm going to have to pay attention. I get that, but now is not the time, and hopefully not in the foreseeable future because I'm enjoying what I got going on. But you guys never get shit done, right? Isn't that kind of what the whole thing about Washington is? You guys just yell at each other the entire time? Who's yelling at you, stopping you from leaking or finding out the actual alien stuff? Is there like an actual adversary that doesn't want anybody to know anything? And then why aren't we just questioning that person?
Well, I think so. First of all, on China, I think there's actually a lot of bipartisan interest. Like we're working together.
Hell yeah.
Democrats,
Good.
Democrats.
Hell yeah.
I think your average American, even like who doesn't follow politics, is on board with us beating the Chi-Coms in this competition.
Yes.
Is that what you guys say in like group text, the Chi-Coms?
Chi-Coms, yeah. Chinese Communist Party, Chi-Coms, yeah.
Yeah, CCP.
God
Don't worry about the Chi-Coms with this guy.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck out there. Good luck out there, Chi-Coms.
I think actually the biggest source of resistance is just people. It's almost like they're embarrassed to talk about the topic, right? They think they're going to be labeled a crazy tinfoil hat, conspiracy theory, Looney Tunes person. So just by having these discussions out in the open, I think it goes a long way. And most of the resistance is just from the bureaucracy in the Defense Department and in the intelligence community. I have about 5 requests right now of the intelligence community, things they owe me to come back on related to UAP stuff. And they're deficient on all these requests. So
That might not come for what, a year, 2 years, 6 months?
maybe, I mean, so that historical report is due next summer, and my understanding is they haven't even started drafting it right now, so I'm worried that
Oh, that's getting pushed.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
Why we
that should
need
be
to-
pushed more than Avatar.
Yeah.
Which have we asked about? That might be
it could be.
James Cameron, maybe.
Well, so the other hypothesis we didn't talk about last time is that this could, as opposed to being us from the future, it could actually be an ancient civilization that's just been hiding here for all this time,
Transform.
and is suddenly showing itself right now.
I'll smack those old fucks in the
Yeah,
mouth.
okay. Huh.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. If they're from this planet, I feel good about us.
In fact, this is why we need you to get involved in politics. I'm
The
an
answer
alien.
is no. No
Just a
way.
single issue voter.
Nah.
No.
Like Tennant University.
Nah. I don't need to get into any of it. That's the thing. I'm thankful that you're out there.
Yeah,
You
me.
think more of you people are good people or than bad people?
I would say this: when I ran in 2016,
Oh, that's a no.
yeah, okay. It's when I ran in 2016, I thought the problem with Congress is that it was just all corrupt and super old people. And certainly, we have too many people that have been there for too long, right? This is why we need term
Well,
limits.
those kind of go hand in hand, don't they?
Yeah, and the more you get there, the more swampy you get. And then these people go and they lobby for, this company or that, or they lobby on behalf of the Chinese Communist Party, actually, because our Foreign Agent Registration Act processes are totally filled with loopholes.
We can't even get Gumpy in here. What are we talking about? We got Chi-Com people in here?
What the hell?
What is the deal, AJ?
I actually think there's a lot of people that come in who want to do the right thing. We're getting a lot of new members, young members, people from the private sector, people from the military, and in some ways I've changed my opinion. I'm not sure the problem is just the people per se, but the people find themselves in a process that sucks, where you basically have to choose, okay, am I going to do 20 years in order to get to a position of influence, and then finally, if I make it up that greasy pole, maybe I'll be a committee chair, and I'll be able to do the things that I first wanted to do when I came in, or they're just like, I'll just be a bomb thrower on social media or on cable news, and I won't be constructive at all. So it's the process that I think takes good people, and it just chews them up and it spits them out. So fixing the process and reforming the institution of Congress, I think, is the thing you need to get better people to run in the first place, but also get those people to perform when they're in there.
Yeah, so that's never going to happen. Sweet. That's my only take on it all is like I can't separate the political everything.
Yeah.
But if you're a politician, like, hey, your ass is in there to fucking enact this stuff. We don't need you starting all the I think there's no separation between the action. Feels like they just become activists in a chair as opposed to somebody that actually gets stuff done, like in reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think as Congress gets weaker, and
that's the one you're in.
Well, yeah, Congress is both the Senate and the House. Fuck.
Which is the one he's
definitely in.
I'm in it.
That's why
Yeah,
he's
you're
saying
right.
this whole time.
Yeah, I'm one of 435 in the House, instead of 100 senators. So as Congress gets weaker, which is actually a scenario the framers did not anticipate. They were concerned Congress would get too powerful. They said it would suck everything into its impetuous vortex, was the phrase they used. What's happened in the modern era, really starting in the 70s, the executive branch, the president and all the executive branch agencies has grown more and more powerful. Congress has delegated all its responsibility, but members of Congress are still power hungry, and they want to, they want to be famous and they want influence. So they're going to the route of media in order to increase their power and influence. So they're becoming kind of like C-list social media celebrities as politicians, as opposed to constructive legislators.
Yeah, you're going to become C-list celebrity.
Sit
That
down there
shirt-
talking shit.
Yeah, that whole thing. I don't want to say that I have no hope for it all, but I don't know enough about it to have hope. I liked hearing that you've changed your mindset, though.
Yeah.
You said it, you thought everybody was corrupt or old.
Fake.
Now it's a little bit different. That's good news. You've been in there. We have not.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to hear that you're at least coming on here for this particular discussion. I feel like that's at least a step in the right direction. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Congressman Gallagher. At the point, at this point on the internet, it's almost like you see a different, alien video every day. Whether, like, legitimately yesterday, there was some, sphere similar to what Pat said that he saw of, and it was splitting, and it was in Vegas, and it just happened. Then, in Vegas the other day, that family where a kid gave like a 6-minute testimonial about what that was about and how they heard stuff on the roof and everything like that. But there was one recently, and it was about a guy in the military, and he said that he actually saw a bunch of things being loaded onto some massive ship, and then the ship disappeared. And then after that, someone came up to him in a uniform, but no labels, no name tag or anything, no specific country. And so I'm not going to ask about some secret shit like that, but is there some sort of thought that if there was, aliens and the threat that they would want Earth for themselves, that the countries would kind of have to come together in some sort of like, hey, obviously the CCP can go to hell, and we don't love what a lot of communists are doing, and I won't mention anybody else, whether there are specific people who are on shirts in this room. But isn't that a worry that if
Bill Belichick?
No, Thanos. This is kind of like a Thanos.
No, that's
shirt.
Bill Belichick.
No, Bill Belichick's not a communist. I can.
No, we agree. Yeah,
I can take
that's
that.
what you were saying was crazy.
Just anybody's shirt. I wasn't sure if AJ has Chuck Berry on underneath his or anything like that, or anything specific. Just in general. But is there some sort of thought or at least conversation? Not the United States with the CCP, but even Canada, Mexico, London, or England. Yeah, exactly. Like, is there a kind of emergency plan that the world almost has if things do go very, very badly in this type of alien war?
So if there's an emergency plan, I haven't seen it. One of the arguments people make for transparency, for if there's information, just get it out there, even though the shock value would be high for sure, is that it might actually spark collaboration across country, even potentially with China, at a time when geopolitical hostility is super high.
Yeah.
Which would create a lot interesting situation for me, given that my day job is to figure out how we beat the CCP.
Hell yeah.
And if we gotta work with them on the aliens,
You gotta put your sources on.
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
Yeah, hey, listen, we're all, I'm gonna deal with you though, okay? But not now,
For now.
because we got a little something coming.
Put our source on.
They're talking about loading heavy machinery onto it.
Yeah,
And it was like 300 yards long, it said.
3 football fields.
I don't know why this shit be buffering so much. I got to the bathroom break real quick. Anyway, hopefully it'll come back on by the time I get back. And it's still buffering. Oh my god. Oh, man, I care about. Come on. This thing will not. Bruh. It's actually pretty chill in here right now. Even though the thermometer didn't drop in.
Three football fields long, and then it just vanished out of nowhere.
No sounds or anything.
That person could just been making it up, but it sounds like too many people are making fucking things up at this point.
Well, that's probably, I mean, we have over 500 reports since, I think, 3 years ago when some of this stuff started in earnest.
Those are not going to be legit, right? They can either be explained away by natural weather phenomenon or, the observer error. But there still remains a subset of reports that people can't explain away. I mean, obviously the most prominent one is the Tic Tac video, which is you can't discredit the pilots because they're legit pilots. Even some of these people that have come forward, like Dave Grush, who's the most prominent, he's the elephant in the room right now. He's an Air Force veteran.
Who's Dave Grush?
He is an Air Force veteran with tours in Afghanistan. He worked in the intelligence community for a long time at both the National Reconnaissance Office and the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. He has now done an interview with the Debrief. He did a public interview, I forget on what platform, where he's making the claim that there has been a long-standing program whereby people find materials, and one of his claims is that there's intact machinery, craft, that they found that is not of this world, that's exotic or extraterrestrial in its origin, and that we study these in an effort to reverse engineer. That's the claim that Dave Grush is making publicly.
And you guys are saying it's illegal because Congress doesn't know about it.
He's saying this program is illegal because it's not subject to regular oversight by Congress.
Got it.
We're trying to figure out if such programs exist and create a mechanism through which people could come and talk to us about it. So then we can figure out, A, is it legitimate information, and B, what the hell do we do?
That seems like a pretty legit guy, though, saying something pretty serious. Yeah. If not him, then who do you talk to? The Intelligence Committee this guy's on? And about
Bingo.
The Impossible Mission Force is obviously a Mission Impossible, same thing.
For just $67, you can make as many videos as you want, and you never need to
The congressman was on here yesterday talking about these, what are they?
UFOs, aliens.
UFO, aliens. What are your take on this? Have you seen anything in your backyard? Your backyard looks fucking crazy back there. What do you think about that?
Well, okay. I was always a dismissive of all that shit. Like UFO, I'm like, that's great. Enjoy yourself. I did not give it any credibility whatsoever until I would say in the last, not just the last year, but I would say in the last few months, more so than ever, where people are not only coming up with verified things, but we're also getting, the U.S. government, Pentagon. There's whistleblowers that are looking to actually leave government positions so that they could say even more about what they know and what they've seen. They're confirming that we have aircraft that we've actually have
intact
bodies, like alien bodies intact. The whole narrative of the fact that the technological boom is consistent with when UFOs first allegedly landed in like Roswell. Like you look at like fiber optics, the way the technology has evolved since then, aircraft that you would not even ever dream of conceiving of, because we didn't conceive of the fact that it's actually a build of something that we have seen them have, and that we actually go like, so when all these stories start to come out more and more, story was super compelling. We watch the body cam of the Las Vegas officer, sees it, and then the kid calls and he's like, yo, this thing is 8 feet tall, and it doesn't actually sound like a drunk, fabricated like lunatic, and you see the actual image of what landed in his yard still there. All those things have made me think more that this is more plausible. And I also feel like you have any conception of the size of the universe, you're out of your mind to think that we are the only living beings in this universe. It's crazy. So I would say that I've become much more interested in this idea since the last few months.
I think a lot of us have gone. I've obviously always been a moon watcher. At night I'm looking up, a lot of room up there. There's a lot of stuff up there. You know what I mean? And it's like, you just start thinking, and I've always been a pretty open-minded person, and you hear some people tell a story, and you're like, why would that person lie to me? Why would that person lie to me about it? Unless they're just trying to get attention or clout. That's an interesting thing. And then it just seems like too many people are saying it, and then now it feels like it's almost like it's abnormal if you don't believe that something is potentially out there. Think about their sledgehammers when they show up. Oh, wow.
If they're 8 to 10 feet tall, I mean,
that's not real.
There it is.
That one is not real. But that is allegedly what it looked like. They did a sketch, from that kid's memory. Able to find serial killers, able to find people that steal things, and also
large, oversized eyes,
put them in
ears wrapped behind the back, so their heads and shit. Like,
frozen.
Big dicks, huge dicks.
And that guy at that conference breathing out of his ears.
Yeah, I mean, there's been so much shit, Tom. It's only a matter of time. I can't wait to see what sports they play. I can't wait for us to cover what sports they play. And if they come into the NFL, we need to institute the headhunt rules again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you think? God, by the way, are they going to finally honor that guy, that D coordinator, the one who was like, hunt for their heads, drink their fucking heads?
Yeah, he's back. He's back. Yeah, he's back. Everybody just
salute you, sir. That is the message. I mean, come on. You played defense, AJ, Pac-Man. It's like a coach that's like, let's try to cripple these motherfuckers. That's who you want to play for. That's the coach that I go, I'm going to fucking sacrifice myself for this guy. The message should be eliminate the enemy. And I just feel like they should do a special Hall of Fame induction for violent pitchers. That is unbelievable.
Go ahead, AJ. Last question here for Tom. We appreciate it.
Tom, getting back to the alien situation, I understand, I'm very open-minded as well, but how come every time it is the moment where we need to film these beings, everyone forgets how to use their camera phone, and they drop and they're filming like the sidewalk and just noise, and they're just yelling? What's going on?
I mean, I feel like this is a lot like when people go, hey, how come you didn't pull out your gun and you weren't able to aim straight when the, alleged intruder came? Because I think people are in such a state of heightened panic when this is happening that they don't go like, oh, hold on a second. Could you stand right there? Let me get the light right. Like, it's just, it makes sense that that's happening. Now, the other thing that was like crazy as shit from this Vegas kid was that he said that when he looked over in that area, his vision became affected, almost like the alien had the ability to camouflage itself. So I think if you are seeing, a being from another world land in front of you, you're probably not like, oh, let me get my TikTok open real quick.
We need more people to be like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you do, but I think you're probably just like, I think I'm going to die or something. And so it's just like, it's so much panic that, yeah. Now, look, obviously, anybody who's super skeptical, and I have been, like I said, my whole life, you do want, like, the better footage. But we are seeing pretty compelling footage of aircraft. I mean, there's aircraft that has flown by that they're like, you hear the pilots go, the fuck was that? Like, they've never seen anything like it.
Mike Gallagher is the congressman. He's one of the chairs of the war on China.
Yeah,
pretty much.
CCP.
So he has somehow now, in the war on China, has taken over like the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Committee as well, because the answer for some of those videos, like the Tic Tac video and some of the other ones that we can't describe, they say, well, maybe it's a foreign adversary that has that technology. And in my eyes, as somebody that's always been like, nah, gotta be an alien, it's like if China has that, we're fucked. Like, our Top Gun pilots, to your point, are seeing these things going, whoa, what the fuck? These are our greatest pilots. And they're like, that's like 10,000 G's. I don't know how to. So if China has that, or Russia, or somebody that doesn't like us, I guess Iran is whoever doesn't like us has it, and we don't. That's scary as fuck too. It's like, so he has kind of put himself into it. Like, can we find out if this is China, and if it's not China, we should also find out what it is. I think we're going to get answers, Tom. I think we're going
to have real problems with China.
It's alien.
Oh no, it's China.
All right. Yeah, maybe. I mean,
that's our mortal enemy.
It does stuff.
Yes, it does.
Now it's a little bit different. That's good news. You've been in there. We have not.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to hear that you're at least coming on here for this particular discussion. I feel like that's at least a step in the right direction. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Congressman Gallagher. At this point on the internet, it's almost like you see a different, alien video every day. Whether like legitimately yesterday, there was some, sphere similar to what Pat said that he saw and it was splitting, and it was in Vegas, and it just happened. Then in Vegas the other day, that family where a kid gave like it was about to go to hell, and we don't love what a lot of communists are doing, and I won't mention anybody else, whether there are specific people or on shirts in this room, but isn't anything specific, just in general. But is there some sort of thought or at least conversation, not the United States with the CCP, but even Canada, Mexico, London, or England? Yeah, exactly. Like, is there a kind of emergency plan that the world almost has if things do go very, very badly in this type of alien war?
So if there's an emergency plan, I have a situation for me, given that my day job is to figure out how we beat the CCP.
Hell yeah.
And then figure out how to work with them on the aliens.
Put a bunch of sources on.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, listen, we're all, I'm going to deal with you, though, okay? But not now.
For now.
Because we got a little something coming.
Our story's done.
They're talking about loading heavy machinery onto it.
Yeah,
and it was like 300 yards long, it said.
Yeah, 3 football fields. Yeah.
3 football fields long, and then it just vanished out of nowhere.
No sounds or anything.
That person could have just been making it up, but it sounds like too many people are making fucking things up at this point.
Well, that's probably, we have over 500 reports since, I think, 3 years ago when some of this stuff started in earnest. The overwhelming majority of those are not going to be legit, right? They could either be explained away by natural weather phenomenon or, the observer error. But there still remains a subset of reports that people can't explain away. I mean, obviously the most prominent one is the Tic Tac video. Which is you can't discredit the pilots because they're legit pilots. Even some of these people that have come forward, like Dave Grush, who's the most prominent, he's the elephant in the room right now. He's an Air Force veteran.
Who's Dave Grush?
He is an Air Force veteran with tours in Afghanistan. He worked in the intelligence community for a long time at both the National Reconnaissance Office and the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. He has now done an interview with the Debrief. He did a public interview, I forget on what platform, where he's making the claim that there has been a long-standing program whereby people find materials, and one of his claims is that there's intact machinery, craft, that they found that is not of this world, that's exotic or extraterrestrial in its origin, and that we study these in an effort to reverse engineer. That's the claim that Dave Grush is making publicly.
And you guys are saying it's illegal because Congress doesn't know about it.
But he's saying this program is illegal because it's not subject to regular oversight by Congress.
Got it.
We're trying to figure out if such programs exist and create a mechanism through which people could come and talk to us about it. So then we can figure out, A, is it legitimate information, and B, what the hell do we do?
That seems like a pretty legit guy, though, saying something pretty serious.
Yeah.
If not him, then who do you talk to? The Intelligence Committee this guy's on? And about
Bingo.
The Impossible Mission Force is obviously a Mission Impossible, same thing.
I was hoping they would say the name or at least where to find this video of the guy's interview where he says he saw a craft disappear after some soldiers loaded something onto a craft and then it disappeared. But they never said the guy's name or whatever. And then I looked up soldier witnesses craft disappear and I got nothing on YouTube. Or maybe I should just Bing it because Google not the shit no more. Google try to hide a lot of shit. The grass is starting to look kind of grassy. A little bit. Alright, I may have to stop on this section and come back to it after it dries a little bit. At least get tacky because it's blending a little too much now. I want some of these highlights to really be prominent and stand out with little to no blending, but I can still add a little more here. This mess. Well, buckle up, new adjustment. This is what we bringing over there, bro. This is how we do it. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na. out of greens, running out of greens. I don't know where my phone will charge.
By next year, end of the year, I believe you'll have ChatGPT on your mobile phone. Say that one more time. By the end of next year, you'll have ChatGPT on your mobile phone without internet. Today, the world changes. This is a regime change. 4 of the top 10 App Store apps in December were based on Stable Diffusion. 41% of all code on GitHub right now is AI generated. We have figured out how to make humans scale. So you have this amazing thing that can create anything.
How far out are you able to see? Can you have a sense of predicting where we are in 10 years?
I can't see past 5 years.
There's enough fear, and some of it is deserved, but there also needs to be hope.
Humans are humans. Bring them the information that creates the most value and you will change the world.
I'm excited to share with you one of the most extraordinary conversations I had at this year's annual Abundance 360 Summit. It was with a friend, someone I've had on this podcast before, Emad Mustak, who's the founder and CEO of Stability AI. You know his company from a number of his products, including Stable Diffusion. We sat down to talk about his moonshots, to talk about how generative AI is changing the world. What do you do if you're a 20-year-old just getting involved, or if you're a seasoned CEO or entrepreneur, and how is this going to change the world of Hollywood, education, healthcare? You know, it was an incredible conversation. I'm excited for you to hear. You know, my mission through this podcast is to help you hear the voices that are filled with optimism and abundance. If that's of interest to you, then please subscribe to this podcast. All right, enjoy the episode. And by the end of this episode, you should have a pretty good idea where you stand on AI. Are you excited about it? Are you fearful of it? I'd love to know. Feel free to share your stance with me on Twitter.
Hey, pal. How's it going, buddy?
Listen, I know you have so much going on right now. It's insane. We are in the midst of the most extraordinary period of technology ever, and you're in the thick of it.
Yeah, I think, what's it? A good phrase is everything everywhere all at once.
Yes. Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah. I can't mention the conversations he's been having the last 30 minutes, but it would blow your mind. I'm going to give you this clicker. You have some slides to show. I think the very first question to ask is if you were going to sort of bring people up to speed on where we are right now, would you share some of what your thoughts are here?
We have figured out how to make humans scale.
How do you make humans scale?
Yeah. That's the most difficult thing. Basically, classical AI was all about taking stuff and extrapolating it. We figured out how to figure out principles and latent knowledge with huge compression in these files, as we'll talk about in a bit. Like, the most valuable thing you can have is a good EA or a really good analyst.
I have Esther. She's amazing.
It makes such a difference. I'm sure all of you in this audience realize that, right? We now have that. Basically, what we've done is we've trained these things on large amounts, like huge amounts of data to understand principles. And now when you use a GPT-4, it's like a really talented intern analyst with a bad memory. And we're about to fix the memory. And it knows how to pass the medical bar exam or medical licensing and others. It knows how to draw beautiful pictures or create audio of any type. And it's basically available to everyone for pennies. And so we have to think, what does that mean? It can mean huge disruption, or it can mean basically we're at the point of utopia and abundance.
So if you don't mind, I'd like, people know Stable Diffusion, and you'll show them the chart that really rocked me when I first saw it. But what are the wide range of things that Stability AI is working on right now? Where do you want to go? Maybe you can tell us about it, please.
No, I can tell you. Basically, my aim is to provide the building blocks for a society OS. Every part of society, if you have skilled experts in them, we're building models. So audio, video, protein folding, DNA, chemical reactions, language, and others. We're doing it for every sector. So you've got a banker GPT, a board GPT to replace all your crap board members, all the way down to national models. So we're doing an Indian national model at the moment, an Indonesian one, a Japanese one, so that everyone can have a file that they put words in, and images, audio, text, anything pops out that's appropriate to you to enhance you.
So I want to click on that one because it's very important. People talk about biases in the system, but what you're talking about is creating what you're calling a foundational model that is biased to you or to your company or your country. Yes?
The existing internet has centralized artificial intelligence that guides our attention, our memorization, where we go. With this technology, we can push internet intelligence to the edge, so every single person, country, culture, company can have their own AIs. And that's an amazing thing because it can work for you, not against you. Right. And so that's the personalization, because what is bias, right? There are inherent biases in our society and things, but we can never move fast on this thing. We can't move fast enough to address them. But then what if you can have your own story? So everyone here has a story. You're members of A360. You believe in abundance, There's a whole variety of things that make us who we are. Have the AI respond to your own story and work for you. And I think that's the intelligent internet, and that's the amazing future we have coming.
That is. And you built Stability AI as an open platform.
Yeah.
Which is very different from everybody else.
Yep.
I mean, it's interesting, right? OpenAI has that name. And very funny, if you go to openai.com, it doesn't go to OpenAI, it goes to Stable.
Well, actually, open.ai here.
Oh, open.ai, sorry.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny. So, and appropriate, because you are the open AI platform.
We are. I mean, actually, openai.com also works. But
And right back to the buffer. I'll be down. it's on my phone too. I know the iPad be having issues sometimes. I don't know. Recently, the past couple of days, I just haven't pulled the laptop out my bag. But the laptop will normally get a good connection for at least YouTube. We're already at 2 hours. Well, we got this little section done. And with the AC off, it is starting to heat up a little bit in here. I really need to change out my napkin right here too. It's getting kind of grimy. I wanna do a little one more thing real quick. Maybe if I can just do this. Cause that was looking too straight just now. Too straight to be grass. Alright. That grass not looking too bad though. Got a little shadow popping back there. You know, you can see the little shadow from the tree above or something. Yeah, so now that part look way different from this part. That's what we'll work on. We'll work on this side tomorrow. Probably just stick in the green, and once again try to just fill some more of this grass in back there. I feel pretty good about that one, actually. I almost pulled out the knife to texture it like the trees. You can see how heavy that is. But I don't know. Once I just kept going with the brush, I think I may just stick with it that way. But I am even laying it on there kind of thick with the brush to give it a little texture. Yo, appreciate y'all chilling in the studio with me. Grass looking grassy. I'll get with y'all next time. Peace.